Hello everyone, it's Father back again for my weekly video update. I hope that you had a wonderful week and that you're looking forward to the upcoming weekend. Again, if you're watching this video on Friday, May the 16th, Adoration of the Blessed Sacrament is going on in the chapel of the church today, and you can feel free to stop by at any time up until 7 o'clock this afternoon, or this evening, I should say, to spend some time in quiet prayer with the Lord. Certainly over the last week, we've been getting used to and welcoming the new Holy Father, Pope Leo. Very exciting for our church, the beginning of a new pontificate. The Holy Father will be celebrating on Sunday the Solemn Mass, which begins his ministry as the successor of St. Peter and the Bishop of Rome. That will be on Sunday morning from St. Peter's Square, and it'll be somewhere around 5 a.m. our time, usually 10 a.m. Their time, and that will be carried live around the world by the Vatican media and also EWTN. So I included a link in my email that I sent to you today to the EWTN YouTube page where you can watch that video, either getting up early Sunday morning to watch it live or watch it later on in the day. It'll be available on their YouTube channel, and I'm sure we'll see lots of great pictures from that. Back in the olden times, that was when the Pope was crowned with the triple tiara, and we don't do that anymore, but instead there's this solemn mass in which the Pope receives the pallium, which is the band of wool that he wears over his neck, which is a sign of his universal jurisdiction around the world, and also the ring, the fisherman's ring, that he wears. And those are blessed, and they're given to him at the Mass. And the cardinals come up and they have an act of obedience to him during the course of the Mass, and it officially marks the beginning of his ministry, even though he technically became Pope the moment he accepted last Thursday. But so with the entire church, let's continue to pray for our new Holy Father, Pope Leo, that God might extend many, many blessings to him in his ministry, and he might have a generous outpouring of the Holy Spirit for his leadership of the church. At St. Mark this weekend at the 9 o'clock Mass, we're going to be recognizing and blessing all of the graduates of the class of 2025, those who are graduating high school and college and maybe even beyond. I'm going to offer a special blessing at that Mass. I'm certainly very happy and would like to congratulate all of our graduates this year. Looking forward, Pentecost will be upon us very, very quickly. It's amazing how quickly the Easter season goes by, especially in compared to the Lenten season. But again, this year we're going to be praying our novena leading up to the Feast of Pentecost. So that begins on Friday, May 30th. And then we're going to be praying by name for all of the streets of our parish during the Rosary at Mass, starting on Pentecost weekend. So I've included that vigil, that novena prayer in the email that I sent to you today. It's also going to be printed in our bulletin this weekend, so I would encourage you to take that insert and put it where you say your prayers and join us in praying that novena to the Holy Spirit. Then on Pentecost Sunday itself, which is June 8th, in the evening, beginning at 4:30 in the evening, we're going to have a potluck dinner, and then we're going to have a night of prayer, as we have been doing during Advent and Lent a lot recently. We're going to have an opportunity to share a meal beforehand, and then spend some time in prayer, especially to the Holy Spirit on Pentecost. But we're going to do it a little different this time. We're going to do it outside. So we're going to have it outside on the field behind the McCall Center, and to have a chance to be together and then to pray together and to pray under the stars with Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament, singing and praising the Lord. So again, that's Sunday, June 8th, beginning at 4:30. Also, I have the flyer for that in the email that I sent to you today. I would really hope that we'll get a great showing of folks out for that night to pray for our parish, to pray for our church, to pray for an abundant outpouring of God's Holy Spirit upon all of us. And then finally today, I'd like to draw your attention to a little letter that I have in this week's bulletin that I'd encourage you to please read. It's in regards to Mass intentions. So in case you didn't know, obviously every Mass is offered for a particular intention. We read the name of the person during the Mass. We say that the Mass is offered for so-and-so, or the intentions of so-and-so if that person is living. It's a very venerable and long tradition in our faith to offer the Mass for particular intentions, especially for those who are deceased. We believe that the benefits of the Mass can help those who are undergoing purification in purgatory, that the benefits of the Mass can be applied to them to expedite that purification. So people come and they get Masses said for folks. We have Mass cards. If you'd like to give that as a gift to someone, especially going to a funeral home, it's a long Catholic tradition to bring a Mass card to a funeral home when you go to visit the family of the deceased. And here at St. Mark, actually, we have a little problem, but it's a good problem to have, I guess, is that we get more requests for Masses than we can possibly fulfill. So the 2025 Masses were all taken up, I think it was in March of this year. Every Mass for the rest of the year was already taken. So that presents a problem, and the problem is that, well, we don't have Masses to offer to folks, and the other problem is that when people are experiencing a loss, we can't offer a Mass for half a year, sometimes more. So in order to make the Masses more available, I'm going to be instituting, beginning in 2026, some rules or guidelines around Mass intentions. Specifically, one to bring to your attention is that we will only have 5 announced Masses per person per year. So what does that mean? So sometimes people come to us with long lists of loved ones that they want to have Mass for. If there's 20 names on that list, that can take up a month's worth of Masses. So we're going to put a little limit around that to 5 announced Masses in our parish a year. So what happens if you want to have other Masses? Well, we have some other options. We will keep a list of those other Masses, and we will basically give them away. So we have other priests who will take those Masses for us, usually priests who are not in parishes. For example, Father Prophet. He is the vicar for clergy. He's not assigned regularly to a parish, so he will often have availability for Mass intentions. So we might give him 10 or 15 of them, and so he says those Masses when he needs a Mass intention. When I'm away on vacation, I still have Mass every day, so I will take Mass intentions, 5 or 6 intentions for the week and offer them. So those Masses are still being offered, still being said, but they're not being said here at the parish, and they're not being announced, so to speak. So we can still let you know when that Mass was said, but it probably won't be until the Mass has been said. So, there's pluses and minuses to either situation, but what we're really trying to do is to make those intentions more available and really more immediate, so that you don't have to wait a half a year or more to have a Mass for someone who's more recently deceased. And sometimes people come to us with, very important intentions. Someone who they want to have Mass for because they're going through chemotherapy treatment, or have had a serious accident or something like that. And we're saying we can't have this Mass for a year, sometimes more. We want to make that more available. So again, that letter is in the bulletin today. I hope this explanation made sense to you. If you have questions, certainly please stop me in the back of church. I'll be happy to try to explain it a little bit better, or explain it kind of in person. Maybe that'll help a little bit more. But that letter's there. If you have questions, please feel free to ask me. And certainly we want to make masses as available as possible, and we will do our very best to accommodate you and your intentions. All right, now that I've totally confused everybody, I think I'm going to sign off for this week. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you at Mass. God bless you.